Hey friends, it's me, Conni, and today is a video I've been wanting to make for a little while actually, because I've been practicing my meditation in a bit of a different way as of, I don't know, I guess the last month or so, and it's been a huge game changer for me, and I want to share how I'm meditating these days and what the effects are and how you can do it too. Because I believe it's actually the simplest way to meditate, to be honest. There's no magic behind it. There's nothing that you have to do. I actually just sit down in the mornings after I get up. That hasn't changed. Still the best way to meditate, I believe. And to make it a consistent habit is to do it right after waking up. Up until this point when I started doing this meditation, I would usually only meditate or be able to meditate and actually enjoy it. Ever since I started this way to meditate, I'm sitting anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes or even longer. So that in itself is huge. Throughout the years, and I started meditation maybe 5 or 6 years ago now, over the years, I've gone up and down. And the past 6 months or 12 months, I've been more and more going into freestyling my own way to meditate, which was to combine different ways, like a bit of contact point, body scan, a bit of, watching my breath, some gratitude stuff. And I've made a video on that meditation and I still believe it's awesome and amazing. And I'll link to it up here. But one thing that I always felt more drawn to was to actually just sit with myself, just sit and not do anything. However, I always thought that that wasn't the right way to meditate. You can't just sit with yourself and see what's coming up, because that's just, there's so many thoughts and there's whatever's going on. That wouldn't be meditation, right? So then I've been following Kyle C's for a while, link his channel up here, and it's almost like he's granted me permission to do exactly what I've been meaning to do and doing more and more. And that is to just sit with myself without focusing on an outcome, without trying to reject my thoughts or anything that comes up, without focusing on the breath, without focusing on anything, without wanting to be good enough to meditate. And so here's what I do. I sit down, I close my eyes, and then I just sit with myself. And I just, whatever's coming up, whatever thoughts, whatever feelings, I let all of that just be there. I don't push away any thoughts, I don't push away any feelings, I don't try to focus on anything that I have been taught is a good way to meditate. I literally just sit there. And as I do that, in the beginning, it's just chaos. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on, right? I just let that happen. I let all the thoughts that are in there, I just let them just go completely wild. And then I slowly feel into my body and see how I'm actually feeling. And then I let all of these feelings, if there's sadness or anger or any fears, I let all of them expand. I let all of them be there. And I feel into them really hard as much as I can. And if that means that I cry or that I feel really anxious, and I'm just gonna cry and feel really anxious and just let myself be in that way. And I embrace myself from the inside out and give myself a lot of love, and whatever thoughts are coming up, I let them be there and give them a lot of love. And eventually, I start kind of zooming out. And then it's almost like you watch yourself thinking and feeling, and then you realize, wow, this is just like some program. This is just a movie that's happening. And eventually, this goes back and forth. Eventually, after about 20-25 minutes, pretty natural process actually. In the beginning, you're just like, this is never gonna chill in my head. But after 20-25 minutes, it usually all calms down. And by the end of my meditation, you know, let it be 25 or 30 or 35 minutes, everything is so much more relaxed up here and in my heart and in my body. And ever since I've been doing that, I feel like I've been establishing a really beautiful connection to myself and to what's going on inside of me. I've developed this non-judgmental way of thinking and feeling. It's really as though I've built this new relationship to myself just by doing that, just by sitting with myself and closing my eyes and just being with myself. And the interesting thing is that that's something that for many people is just a crazy idea to do. And I've always wondered why that is. For years, ever since I've meditated, I'm like, why is it so hard to just sit down, close our eyes, and just be with ourselves? Why do so many people struggle with that? Because it's us. This is me. Why can't I just close my eyes and sit there for an hour and just be there with me? Why some people can't even do it for 5 minutes because their brain is like, oh, you can't do this. You're lazy. This is stupid. You need to get up. And I have these thoughts too, still sometimes. Not as much anymore, but I used to a lot. And sometimes I have them, you know, whenever I feel like, okay, this is enough now. I don't set an alarm. I don't have a time or anything. I just sit until I'm done sitting with myself and hanging out with myself. And that is usually between 20 and 40 minutes. And so it's just been a really beautiful practice that I do now consciously, without judging myself, without being like, ooh, this is not the right way to meditate. This is the best way to meditate, is actually to just sit with yourself. Because I feel like almost when I try to focus on my breath, when I try to focus on parts of my body, or when I'm counting or focusing on a mantra, that to me is almost still like I'm trying to distract myself from what's actually happening inside of me. And where I am right now with myself and my process and my inner journey is that I want to embrace everything that's there. I don't want to distract myself anymore. I want to accept everything that's happening, because throughout my life, I've mostly suppressed feelings and emotion. I've judged myself for having so many, you know, criticizing and bad thoughts. I would try to not have these thoughts. I would try and push them away. I would push away a lot of feelings. I would just constantly be in rejection mode of what was going on inside of me. And so this journey has brought me here now and into a place where it's all about acceptance and loving everything that's going on and connecting to myself and just embracing it all with love. And that has been a huge, huge impact on my life in general, because outside of meditation, you know, the rest of the day, I'm so much more in touch with myself. And I love that. It's really beautiful. So if you're interested to get into that way of meditation, then please give it a shot. But also know that practicing meditation is like going to the gym. If you just do it once or twice, probably not a whole lot of things are gonna happen. You might get really frustrated really easily, totally normal. Just keep going. Do a 30-day meditation challenge and just keep going. Don't expect miracles straight away, but they will come. And after maybe a few times or a week or 2 weeks, you're gonna realize and notice the effect it's having on yourself, the way you perceive yourself, the way you perceive the world, how it's giving you the opportunity to practice loving kindness with yourself. A lot of times I have really interesting epiphanies as I do that meditation, and then I make a video or write an Instagram post, or I don't know, there's some really interesting things happening as I do that meditation. And most days there is something coming up that I didn't expect, where I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was there. And then I look at it or I feel into it, and a lot of times after the meditation, I write a post, or in one way or another, I want to get it out. And yeah, it's beautiful to go really deep with yourself and connect with yourself on a level that goes beyond what you ever imagined you could do. So I really encourage you to try it out. I'd love to know how it goes. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what works for you in terms of meditation. And if you enjoyed this, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. It's been a pleasure. I love you. Bye. Mwah.